What's up, YouTube? Flan Speaks back for another video. Okay, here it is. We have tonight the fourth game in the career of Caitlin Clark versus the third game for this season for Dijonai Carrington. And these are two players that I think should be the marquee matchup tonight. Not saying that, both are the best for their respective clubs, but more than likely they will be matched up on one another for defense. At least Dijonai Carrington, as we saw in the first game, had the defensive responsibility of guarding Caitlin Clark. It probably won't go the other way around. So what I decided to do was talk about this particular matchup. There was big talk about after the first matchup where Caitlin Clark had struggled from the field, scoring. It was a 20 points, but it was on 33% shooting, which is not good at all. And then also she contributed 10 turnovers. And there was a number of situations where the turnovers were caused by defense. On one occasion, it was clear where Dijonai had just picked her pocket, and then scored on her. It was very difficult for her to get off on her. Actually, with Dijonai Carrington on her, out of 10 shots, she made 2. She went 2 of 10 with her on her. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with this particular matchup tonight. Now, as far as the player she's going up against here, Dijonai Carrington, on one hand, is probably more so noted for her defense this far in her career, though she's taken a big-time jump in her offensive production so far. I mean, it's only been 2 games, but so far she's averaging 18.5 points a game on pretty decent shooting. Whereas in previous seasons, she pretty much averaged about, a little bit under 7 points a game. She's been in the league for about 4 years. I believe it's her 4th season. All right, but before you look to this and say, well, she's just trash and not that good, well, no. This is the first year she was a starter. In previous seasons, she was coming off the bench either as the 6th woman or the 7th woman, and she averaged about 17 minutes a night. So on 17 minutes a night, some years give you 8 points, some years give you 6 points, so on. Her first year as a rookie, she only got 9 minutes a night. This season, with 33.5 minutes a night, she's giving you 18 points. Now, what I was really searching for was the defensive ratings for this season. And reasonably, defensive ratings are not out yet. Officially on any website, I haven't seen them out yet. However, what we can say is since 2022, Dijonai Carrington is as far as defensive rating, is the 19th. She has the 19th best defensive rating since 2022. So we're talking about over the last 2 seasons. She has the 19th best defensive rating out of all of the WNBA players. And when you consider that she's only playing, 17 minutes and spotty positions here and there, that's not bad. Okay, so we're talking about Caitlin Clark being guarded by one of the premier defensive players. And just watching from what I've seen so far and in clips or whatever, she is elite on defense, without a doubt. She's long, she's athletic, she's quick feet, very smart, always looking to steal the ball. It's her hallmark. She's a defensive player first. I predicted her to be the Paul George of that league. That's what I'm projecting. I could be right, could be wrong. Or the Kawhi Leonard, one or the other. Two similar players. Who first start off with their hallmark on defense, and then now they got a chance to start. You see what they can really do. She's a good cutter to the basket on offense. Decent shooter, but more so is more of the slasher type from what I've seen. But we have a chance to see her show more. Caitlin Clark, as we all know, the outstanding shooter from Iowa, who's actually shown some flashes of the shooting in the league so far. Her shooting percentage, I'm sure, will increase as time goes on. She'll probably be around the 40% range. That's what I project. However, this is when I get into deciding what I think is going to happen. This is what the conclusion I've came to is. I predict more than likely Caitlin Clark will continue to struggle against Dijonai Carrington. Now, in some cases, players, on their second crack at a defender, they kind of figure them out and get it and kind of beat them. I'll put it this way. I think she'll do a little bit better, but I think it will still be a struggle, and I'm going to tell you why. When you look at Caitlin Clark's game, and I'm sorry to all you Caitlin fanboys, who don't like to do this, but when you look at her game is similar to James Harden. Like when you look at the comps from all the different players. I know we like to say Steph Curry. No, I don't think so. I know we like to say, Luka Doncic or these types of players. No. Caitlin Clark's game, the closest comp to what I can think of as far as the way men play is James Harden. She's looking for threes. She'll utilize some screens. She makes those great bounce passes. She could be a one-woman show like Harden was in his prime. 36 points a night, 12 rebounds. Harden put up crazy numbers. But then when you put certain types of defenders on them, you see it gets a little tough. Some people are complaining about the type of defense that is being put on her and so on. Well, and she's being picked up 94 feet and all of that type of stuff. Well, that's going to happen when you're shooting logo threes because now I have to respect your range. Oh, who knows? She might pull up from anywhere. So she's going to continue to get that as long as she takes those threes. But, bottom line, the reason why I think she'll have difficulty with the Dijonai Carrington is, number one, her offense is somewhat predictable. Dribble right, pull up. Dribble left, going to pass. Stuff like that. A premier defender picks up on it. Number two, she's always looking for the three-pointer, not settling for the two-pointers. That's going to make her easier to guard. Number three, no post-up game. Post-up game against a premier defender is very important. When Kobe Bryant will go up against, say, a Ron Artest, oftentimes you're not blowing by Ron Artest. What you got to do is call for the ball in the post. A turnaround jumper helps. A fake, get the defender jumping, up and underneath type of moves. If Caitlin implemented these types of moves, if she had more of a bag, I would predict that she really could have a nice comeback against Carrington. But at this point, I have not seen that bag. She actually is averaging under one mid-range shot per night. Under one. If she had more of a mid-range game, like for example, Carrington is up on her. Pump fake, get Carrington in the air. Dribble past Carrington. Go to a mid-range spot. Shoot. If she was that tight, I would agree. Now, the other reason why the Steph Curry comp does not work for Caitlin, this is after me watching, and I'm sorry, fanboys, but I'm honest. She doesn't have the off-the-ball game about Steph Curry. See, what makes Steph Curry special isn't the fact that he can just ball handle, dribble, pull up. Dribble, go behind a screen and pull up. No, Steph Curry is one of the greatest players of all time, off-ball. All y'all fanboys get mad when Sides takes her off-ball. Well, you're not going to be like that. Steph Curry, oftentimes, you have Draymond Green bringing the ball up. You run behind Draymond Green screens, catch and shoot. We haven't seen that part of the game from Caitlin as well, that she can catch and shoot. She's a dribble, run the clock down, shoot the ball, we try to get her open and shoot. This is what y'all want to see, which I know isn't winning basketball ultimately. It can win you some games, it can be nice to watch and fun, but ultimately it's not going to win. My prediction, Caitlin Clark will score between 15 and 23 points on poor shooting and will probably turn the ball over between 7 and 10 times with Dijonai Carrington as the primary defender. And this is because of the shots she's looking for. and the predictability of it all. To defeat this defender, you have to make this defender wonder. How is Caitlin going to score? Is it going to? Do I have to worry about a pump fake? Do I have to worry about under moves? Do I have to worry about turnaround jumpers? And right now, she has no reason to worry about any of that. So she'll find Clark, for the most part, predictable, and will once again come out on top in the situation. And I'm not even talking about the game. Of course, the Sun will win, but I mean, just in their one-on-one matchup, she will feel like she got the best of her again. And we'll wait to see maybe by next time when Caitlin sees her if she'll do better. All right? Thanks.